All right, let's jump right in. Our goal here is simple. I'm going to give you the keys you need to unlock a band 8.0 or even higher on that IELTS reading test. By the time we're done, you won't just be a better reader, you're going to be a smarter test taker. So let's start by totally changing how you look at this challenge.
Okay, so first things first, let's get this straight. Is the IELTS reading section really a test of how well you read English? Or is it a test of your strategy? Seriously, how you answer this is the first real step toward getting that top score. It's not just about understanding every single word. It's about how you play the game.
So, be honest. Does that column on the left look a little familiar? Yeah. Reading the whole passage from top to bottom, trying to cram it all into your brain, and then that feeling of panic when you look up and see the clock? We're done with that. From now on, you're living in the right-hand column. A Band 8+ strategy is all about working smarter, not harder. You start with the questions, not the text. Think of yourself as a detective, okay? You're looking for specific clues to solve a case, not reading a novel for fun.
Let's break this thing down right now. I really want you to see the IELTS reading section for what it is. It's a puzzle, and the two main pieces are strategy and time. That's it. And here's the reality of it. 40 questions, 3 long reading passages, and you've only got 60 minutes to do it all. And a crucial point here, that 60 minutes includes the time it takes to write your answers on the answer sheet. There's no pencils down, now transfer your answers moment. It's a flat-out race, and a good strategy is the only way you're going to win.
So how do we beat that clock? I'm about to give you a set of what I call universal master keys. It's a really simple but incredibly powerful 3-step system. The best part, it works on every single question type they can throw at you. This is going to be your foundation for everything.
Okay, here they are, your 3 master keys. Step 1, decode. Before you even glance at the long passage, you need to know exactly what you're looking for. Get a pencil, underline the keywords in the question. What's the mission? Step 2, scan. Now you hunt. Your eyes should be flying across the text, looking for those keywords or words that mean the same thing, synonyms. You are not reading for fun, you are searching. And step 3, match. Okay, once you've found the spot in the text that has your keyword, now you slow down. Read that sentence or two carefully. Does the meaning in the text truly match what the question is asking?
And this right here, this is why step 3 is your secret weapon. The people who make this test, they almost never use the exact same words from the text in the question. They're tricky. They'll rephrase it, they'll use synonyms. They're testing if you can match the meaning, not just find the same word. If you can get this one idea down, you're already making a huge leap toward that Band-Aid. All right, you've got the keys. Let's put them to work on what is, for most people, the absolute trickiest question type: true, false, or not given. This is where so many students lose points. But from now on, this is where you're going to have a serious advantage. Okay, pay close attention because this is the most important part. The difference between false and not given. For an answer to be false, you have to find information in the text that directly contradicts the statement. It has to say the total opposite. But for not given, the information just isn't there. It's a ghost. The passage doesn't say it's true, and it doesn't say it's false. There's just nothing, a complete lack of evidence. Let's look at a real example so you can see what I mean. The statement is, Tikal housed the most prominent Mayan ruler. Okay, so our keywords are Tikal, and the really important one, most prominent. So we use our keys, we scan the passage, we find where it talks about Tikal. It says Tikal was a crucial ceremonial center. Okay, but does it say anything about its ruler being the most prominent? No. Does it say he wasn't the most prominent? Also no. Since you can't prove it's true and you can't prove it's false based on the text, the answer has to be not given. See how that works? It's a process of elimination. So let's do a quick recap. For these questions, always be hunting for synonyms. And here's a huge tip. Don't forget this. The answers almost always appear in order in the passage. That's a massive clue. Also, be really careful with extreme words in the statement. Words like always, never, or all. They're often a trap. And finally, if you've scanned the area and you just can't find the proof one way or the other, trust that feeling. It's almost certainly not given. Okay, next up, let's see how our master keys help us crush another common question type: multiple choice questions. The whole game with MCQs is spotting the one right answer while sidestepping all the traps, the distractors, that are designed to confuse you. Here's your attack plan. It starts exactly the same. Step 1, find those keywords in the question. Step 2, scan the passage to locate the right area. But then, step 3 gets a little different. First, eliminate the choices that are obviously wrong. Just cross them out. This makes your job way easier. And you have to be super careful of those distractors. These are the tricky options that use words you saw in the passage so they look right, but they don't actually answer the question you were asked.
Let's put it into action. Here's a question from a text about computer art. It asks for a key difference between two programs, Erin and the Painting Fool. Our keywords are difference, Erin, and Painting Fool. The correct answer here is C. Now, let's go find out why.
So, after we scan for our keywords, we find this exact sentence. Look at that first word, unlike. That's like a giant flashing neon sign that says, difference here. The sentence says, the painting fool can come up with its own concepts. Now think, what does that mean? Coming up with your own concepts, that's the same as finding your own source of subject matter. The meaning matches perfectly. And that's why C is our answer. Easy, right? So we've gone through a lot, and hopefully you can see how this all clicks together. Your path to a band 8, or even a 9, isn't really about reading faster or memorizing more vocabulary. It's about making strategy your number one absolute greatest strength. Remember this number? 60 minutes. For most test takers, this number is a source of stress and panic. But not for you. Not anymore. Because with these strategies, time becomes your tool, not your enemy. You now have a plan, a system, to use every single one of those seconds like a pro. You know, I found this quote, something about shifting the balance between modes of transport. Whoops, that's definitely from the wrong text. But you know what? The point still totally works. Getting a band 8+ is an ambitious objective, and you can only achieve it by making strategy the absolute heart of your approach. It's not about luck. It's about using these techniques with discipline on every single question. So I've given you the master keys. They can open any door in the IELTS reading test. The blueprint is right here in front of you. Now it's your turn. The only thing left is to practice. So my question to you is, which one are you going to master first? True, false, not given, multiple choice. Pick one. Grab a practice test and apply these steps. Start building that confidence today. You've got this.